There comes a day in every agency owner's life, or maybe there comes a day, sometimes it doesn't happen, but when you have to decide, you know what? I am not the delivery engine that makes this agency go. I am the executive engine that makes this agency go. And being an executive and thinking about your organization first, rather than the work that your organization does, is like a total, huge, amazing transition that you have to go through. But what will happen pretty soon thereafter, once you decide to elevate, there's you thinking about the organization, and then there's the people delivering the work. There's this gap in the middle. And that's where you need to stick managers. And many people say that managers are terrible. They're just the worst thing. Nobody should hire them. You can hire a great team and they manage themselves. Well, let's just say that's wrong, because everybody needs to have a clear set of accountability and responsibilities. You need someone to manage the people who are doing the delivery, but also you need somebody who can distill the information that the organization creates into the information that the executive level needs. How do you hire that person? Well, number one, it is really helpful if they have some significant experience in doing the thing that the people that they manage are going to do. That's number one. That's a prerequisite. It's not a mandate, but pretty close. They should understand the work that the people are doing for them. By the way, they don't have to be the best at the work that the people under them do, because management is a skill. What you need to look for in a manager is someone who understands the work, number one. But number two, they understand your culture. They understand how you as an executive think. They understand how relationships work inside of your company, and they fit in that spot. What often happens is something like this. You get a really awesome technical marketer, somebody who's amazing at paid search. Great. You make them the head of paid search and you put a search team underneath them, and they are a colossal failure. It's not because they're not great at search. It might actually be because they are great at search, because they're thinking about the work that is being done rather than the people who are doing the work. And so if you're looking for the qualities in a great manager, organization is really key. Clarity of communication, also key. The ability to prioritize and reprioritize rapidly is really key, because you'll have to reprioritize things when delivery changes. You'll have to reprioritize things when the executive level decides something different. They've got to be very flexible, but most importantly, they have to be willing to invest themselves into the relationship that they have with the team, not buddies, but making sure that they are delivering what their team needs to accomplish their jobs. And they're also willing to invest in the relationship with the executive level, because much of what you do as a manager is translating big strategic vision into tactics. So in some ways, they've got to be, let's call it bilingual. They've got to understand the language of the lowest level of the company, and they have to understand the language of the highest level of the company and be able to translate what the workforce needs to the executives and what the executive needs to the workforce. And so it's really about communication and high EQ rather than high IQ.